Was that the Omega promo, or was there a different promo that I'm thinking of later in the show?
No, because here's the one that's coming up.
Okay.
That was the Omega voiceover segment about his other thing, because everybody's involved in all these different things. But the one you're thinking of was Renee Moxley Good in the back with Jericho and Twinkle Toes. And they're starting to talk about their tag team when they got interrupted by Maddie and Nikki, the Buckaroos, who come in, hi, friend. And the story here is they're being smart asses because they're pissed off that Kenny used to be their friend, but now he's teaming with Chris, who ain't their friend. And his bag, they actually said, we're changing with the extras in the broom closet because Jericho's bag is so big it takes up all the room in our locker room. And then Jericho and the Buckaroos have an argument with each other about who started the company and whether Jericho and Omega could beat the Buckaroos or not.
How about them saying those are the 4 people that started the company, leaving out another 4th person I seem to recall?
Yes, the one that's a bigger star than all of them put together now, named Cody Rhodes. But they can't say that because he had the good sense to leave. And then it's so phony with these 2 little jackasses, these smarmy, obnoxious little pie-faced twits. Well, there's a show in our hometown coming up. Full Gear, it's not your hometown, Los Angeles. Your hometown is Rancho Cucamonga. But there's a show in our hometown coming up, Full Gear. How about we challenge and we have the match and the tag team match to see who can beat who? And Jericho likes it, but how about if we win, then we get your guaranteed title shot you're sitting on at the tag team title. And the Buckaroos say, okay, but if we win, no more Golden Jets. Fuck, no more of Kenny and Ibushi and Jericho. We reform the Elite. And then Kenny, being the dickless one there that never gets mad at anybody and is just a fucking complete doormat. Well, I'm disappointed in y'all's attitudes. So we'll do it. And maybe the Bucks, you'll quit being bitchy, whiny children. And this took forever also, just a 1-camera shot in the back while these self-indulgent, self-absorbed, smelling their own farts, fucking child-minded individuals. They're not young as children, but they have children's minds. Stood out there and jacked off with a thing that nobody gives a shit about. Who my friends are. It was the Elite. We're in 9th grade. We were friends, but then after summer camp, you wouldn't talk to me anymore. What the fuck is this?
We're right back where we were 4 years ago. It has done nothing to help the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks did things that people pointed to, said, look at how selfless they are. They didn't make themselves the first champions when they probably should have.
That's when they were the most over, before people got used to them.
Or they lost the Private Party. Where's Private Party today? They didn't do any good with any of that stuff. And then here we are, years of they're the Elite, but they can't get along. They're the Elite, but they're broken up. But then they come together, but then they can't get along for childish reasons. They've been doing this for a while to smaller results each time, and they're still returning back to the only thing they know how to do. Here's their
booking. Their booking is when the Buckaroos have been baby faces for long enough that the people see through their shit. They always have the same match. They're obnoxious little cretins that nobody would like personally, and they annoy people, and they look like fucking goofs out there trying to wrestle with men. When people figure that out, then they become asshole, whiny heels in storyline to explain people either rolling their eyes at them or outright booing them. They say, well, that's when we're heels. They're supposed to not like us. That's because people don't fucking like them. And then whenever they see a chance to jump in and do something they want to do with their friends or win a new set of belts that they've had Tony make up, then they switch back babyface and they run a little while on the people going, oh, well, we're supposed to like them now. Okay. Until they see too much of them and start booing them again. Then they switch back to obnoxious, whiny fucking heels because that's typecasting. Yeesh. Yeesh, I say.
You say.
You know what? All that stuff that the buckaroos wear, Brian, that's another thing. Maybe they're so miserable and so malcontented and so obnoxious and such smartasses because they're uncomfortable. Do you think maybe they're wearing underwear that has a special double seam with rough thread right up the crack of their taint? Or are they wearing those t-shirts that they make your underarms itch because they've got scratchy material and a unwell done seam there? Do you think that the whole problem with the buckaroos is just that they're not comfortable in their own clothing or even their own skin?
I think it's deep rooted. I think it's from the way they were brought up, and I think there's a lot of problems there. But I also have a problem with you using this as the transition because, just to play spoiler here, I really like Marine Layer.
Yes.
I don't know if I want them enjoying the really nice clothes that I like.
Well, now, see, here's the thing. The challenge is, can Marine Layer and their fine, fashionable, comfortable clothing make everybody look good?
But I don't want them to look good. That clothes should be for us, for the listeners, for nice people, for good people, not for the bucks.
Well, but you know, the thing is, if we're wearing the same stuff that they are, well, people aren't really going to notice it's the same stuff because they're going to have to wear the children's sizes.
Oh, that's
Ours
true.
is going to be bigger and more obvious.
They're not going to need Marge.
No, they're not going to need Marge. They probably never had Marge. They're gonna need small and extra small, but Marine Layer.
They married the first Marge they met, I understand.
Well, that's as a matter of fact. And Marge is not large.
I don't
But
even know
the folks, I don't know what we're doing. You're just leading me down the road. The folks at Marine Layer have clothes no matter what size you are. They can't do anything to make your personality any better, but they can make you look good and feel good. And everybody knows it's better to look good and feel good than to act good. But right now, folks, our fine friends at Marine Layer, we've been talking about this clothing. It's so soft, it's ridiculous. I don't know how they do it. The t-shirts are like you've washed them 1,000 times, but they still look brand new with no holes in them. That incredible long-sleeved, I can't call it a sweatshirt. It's not fluffy. It's soft and it's not furry, but it feels like fur. It feels like they took puppy dog hair and they spun it on a golden spinning wheel into the softest shirt that you've ever worn in your life. No seams in various places, and they have all those strange sizes, including Marge, which is in the middle of medium and large, just to make sure it fits just right. And now, Brian, they got the Winter Archive collection. Ski-inspired, ton of bright colors. They've got puffer vests. And I'll tell you what, you know, those puffer fish can be poisonous. So if you can put a vest on them and maybe even a muzzle, then they'll be less dangerous when you're swimming amongst them. And the folks at Marine Layer have free shipping and returns for an entire year, no questions asked. So if you get somebody something that's the wrong size, the wrong color, boom, they send it back. You're not going to be interrogated. They're too trusting, these folks. But you can take advantage of that. And spreading the holiday cheer, Brian, our listeners, all of the Cult of Cornette out there are going to get a 15% off discount with our exclusive link. And you're a huge fan of all this fine apparel. You're wrapped up in it now as we speak. You're wearing several of their things at the same time.
And we don't get to use the promo code. We have to pay full price. And I don't mind because it's really good stuff, but at least the listeners get to save a few bucks. This is great stuff, though.
Well, and you got the incredible plush jock strap.
No, why do you keep going back to my jock strap? I don't have a plush jock strap, for the record.
You were complaining that your old one wasn't soft enough after you'd bleached it so many times because it had those stains.
No, you're talking about the itchy conversation with Britt Baker.
Well, nevertheless, if you need an itch scratched, folks, the folks at Marine Layer will scratch it for you because you got an itch to wear fine, stylish clothing that's comfortable and fits well, and they'll fix you up with all that stuff. Sweaters, T-shirts, overshirts. They've got beanies.
Disc golf.
Disc golf, yes. Harken back to long ago. Absurdly soft clothing for your friends, your neighbors, your family members. It's backed by guarantees, free shipping and returns, all that type of stuff. And you get 15% off if you go to Marine Layer, MARINELAYER, marinelayer.com/JCE15. 15% off everything in the place. marinelayer.com/JCE15.